Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Boss Rush. Woo, yay! We are back. Well, I should say I'm back. Mark's been here. Dean's been here. Susan's been here. But right now, I think it's just me and Mark for this morning. My name's Chris Milicinos. I am the host of Boss Rush. Well, you know when I'm here in the studio now that I'm kind of traveling all over the place like crazy, but and this morning, who do I have with me?
Just me. It's,
just me, Mark.
How you doing? I'm what am I now? I'm the VP of Content Strategy at Informa, which runs GDC and GameDeveloper.com, and I'm still doing game development because that's never going to stop.
Because that is still the best, for goodness sake.
I was up late doing that last night.
Oh, you were?
Why I'm tired. Yeah.
Oh.
I got 2 things in flight. In addition to like post-con work for GDC, I've got 2 coding projects that are just like on fire. Fix me right now. So.
I mean, coding projects for yourself or just?
No. One's a kid STEM education thing I've been doing, and another was related to games and learning. So,
ooh, well, I would like to learn more about that. See, look at that.
Where have you been, Mr. Milicinos?
Oh my goodness, yeah, it has just been wild and wacky. I have been all over the place. I just got back from Las Vegas, where I was attending the NAB conference, the National Association of Broadcasters conference. And I don't know, have you ever been to that conference before, Mark?
Yeah, like 20 years ago, though.
Right?
Exactly
yeah, mine was a long time ago as well, but this is in my new role here at AWS that I started about 2 weeks ago now. And oops, hey, you know what I did too right there? Boop. Let me go ahead and make sure I mute that site. Yeah, I hadn't been there for a long time, and I assumed a new role here at AWS where I'm the principal evangelist for Amazon on AWS.
Woof. That's a big role.
Big role. Super happy to be part of this team of incredible professionals. And basically my role here, my job, is to discover and surface all these incredible stories and things that Amazon uses or basically how Amazon uses AWS to build the services that they deliver to the world. So,
nice.
So I have been all over the place there. I see Dean has popped in, so I'm going to get all of his audio things here fixed and sorted.
The intelligence of the room has gone up by a factor of 2.
Say that again.
How's it going, Dean?
Hold on, hang on. He can't see us. Hold on. But although we do have some echo coming in from Dean. So Dean, let me go ahead and get your video populated and turn that speaker down on your end. I swear I'm going to make my way over to Dean's house and get him set up here.
That echo is really something.
Yeah, Dean. I don't know what's going on with your audio there, but that echo's coming through loud and clear. Are we sure?
Computer.
Yeah, same computer, but maybe different settings. I don't know. Let's see. There he is. Boop. All right.
Still got an echo?
Yeah, we do.
Uh-oh.
I'm hearing that loop back.
I can turn it down a little lower. And then I can't hear it too much. But
there you go. No? We're still
there?
getting an echo from you, buddy. Yeah. Let me see something. Yeah, see, if I mute Dean, yeah. Mark, you can hear me okay, right? Yeah, this is what happens when we go away for a little bit of time and then come back. Of course, everything is all over the place, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and deal with that echo as we can. Let me see if we got some chats coming. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, Dean, maybe you want to mute yourself when you're not talking. There we go. All right. And I know we only have Dean for 30 minutes this morning, and now 25 minutes. So maybe, Dean, why don't you unmute yourself and we won't talk and we can hear you. Tell us, you've got a bunch of stuff coming up right now with your summit that's going on and all that other good stuff. So why don't you come off?
Yeah, I'm about to head off to an event in Brazil, the Gamescom LATAM event in Sao Paulo. And I'll be there much of next week and doing some reporting on the Brazilian companies and South American companies, and should be a lot of fun. But I've gone for the last couple of years, and they've had about 130,000 people coming as of last year. So we'll see what that's like this year. They're very
Dean, we lost you entirely, buddy.
There's a mute icon there.
Yeah, Dean, you muted yourself.
I muted myself again.
Yes, you did.
I don't remember where I was not heard anymore, but I said I was going to Brazil. But after that, we have our GameSpeed Summit event in Los Angeles at the Marina Del Rey Marriott on May 18th and 19th. We've got about more than 100 speakers booked for that event, and yeah, it should be fun.
Oh, that's awesome, buddy. That is awesome. Yeah, do you want to talk a bit about as well the GameSpeed Boss Mode?
Boss Mode is our first time awards for women in gaming, made for professionals in gaming. It's not oriented towards CEOs, but really towards people, making a contribution in community and the culture and profession, really. That's going to have its first ceremony. We've had nominees out, and the finalists are going to be announced, or the final winners are going to be announced on May 18th at the end of our first day of our conference. So that's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Rachel Kaiser has been driving a lot of that for us, as well as Gina Joseph, our CEO.
Very, very cool. Yeah, that we see the panelists. You want to tell us about the panelists that we have assembled for this?
And panels that we have in place, yeah. We have a Women in Gaming breakfast that's also going to happen on the morning of our summit. We have some interesting opening sessions. Faisal Kazim, the Gaming and Film Commissioner of Dubai, is going to be on one of the opening sessions talking about, the opportunities in that region, but also with Berkeley Aganis of Exola about the sort of state of gaming. I think we're going to talk about some things like the attention war and where gaming is growing and where it's not. We have folks like Amir Satvat there to talk about sort of the future of talent and, where the game jobs are in the world. We have an opening from Genova Chen, speaking with Michael Metzger about emotional storytelling. Celia Hodent is there to talk about a code of ethics for the game industry. That is going to be very interesting conversation. Genova is part of that one as well. And we have a wide variety of other speakers, more than 100 so far.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, you guys keep on upping the quality and the number of programs I don't know how you all are doing this with such a small but dedicated group.
Yeah. We hit our 1 year anniversary too, after spinning out from VentureBeat on April 22nd last year. And in that time, we've grown our staff from 8 people to 17 or so now, and grown the number of events that we've done and traveled to around the world now.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Mark.
So thanks to the community that is supporting us and that we've been part of for 19 years now as Game to Beat.
Just incredible. I'm glad that you still have the use of your hands and all your digits work, man, because the amount of content that you've created over all those years just by typing all the stuff is just obscene.
Still fun.
Yeah. Mark, are you going to any of those events?
I'm going to go to Game Speed Summit. I just booked myself in, yesterday or the day before? So now I got to do some flights and things. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be at Icon next week. You know about Icon? Are you going to be there, Dean?
That's interesting. Yeah, no, I'm going to miss it this time because of Gamescom LATAM. And I had committed to going to that before any of the invitations came my way for Icon. So it's a bit of FOMO for me. They've got a lot of very interesting speakers from the very top of the industry there.
Yeah, they did a nice job. It should be an interesting couple of days. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will not be, unfortunately, heading to Icon either due to additional travel that I've got going on in, oh my goodness, I think I'm heading to Sydney next month and then to New York the following month. So my travel is going to start to really ramp up here quickly.
Nice.
We got to get our boss Rush on the road actually worked out a little better.
Yep. And Mark, your volume has dropped out a little bit too.
Might be because I keep hitting mute. Maybe it's resetting it.
Actually, you're good. You're good right now. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Once again, I left the live stream for 2 weeks due to travel and all kinds of stuff, and then of course all the wheels fell off the wagon because that is exactly what it should be doing, right? But that's part of the charm here, I guess. We could call it charm. But no, I can hear you. I think everybody else can hear you okay. Dean, what about other big news? What's on the top of your brain right now?
I did write a story about Alex St. John's new company today. It's called PlayCast. And I guess he kind of specializes in writing operating systems underneath Windows, right? And PlayCast is doing this so that it can just basically have playable games on links and these making a PC game and giving it a link, giving that to creators, and then having them dive into the full game with just the link. And he's also doing this with mobile games. And so one of the features of this is to take PC games and with zero coding, make them into mobile games, which the work for, say, creating the transition from a mouse interface to a touchscreen interface is done by PlayCast itself. And so the developers don't have to actually do any of this work. It could be potentially, economically a great help for developers, but also in some ways disruptive to platforms, right? That, in some, if you give people links to games and they could just start playing them, they could start playing them off of something like Discord or whatever. They could, play them wherever they find the link, and they're not necessarily going to have to go to a platform first in order to get to a game, right? So that's very interesting, There was another game company we wrote about this week called AI Vector Vision, and they also wanted to bring back vector graphics and have been sort of looking at this problem for a couple of decades now. And they've gotten to a point where they announced what they're doing with this AI vector engine, and they say that one of the things that, say, NVIDIA tried to do was to pull out and enhance the quality of graphics that were sort of already there in a game. And they say they can do something like this, but basically mirror reality 100%, right? And so, like, if you have a James Bond game and you have an actor who is in the game, they can transfer the likeness of that actor into the game and just make it completely realistic, right? So I thought this was a very interesting technology too. It's a very small company, but they've been working on it for a long time. So it's interesting that gaming can still produce technology companies like this, I think. The third interesting and weird thing that really didn't have that much to do with gaming was a around the biological computing company, which is growing brain cells in petri dishes and connecting them to electrodes and doing computing with them to the point of trying to find better algorithms for AI processing than can be done with dry hardware, right? So this is more like wet hardware. They're a company in San Francisco. They've raised $25 million, and they've been at this for a long time as well. And wrote a very long story based on visiting them. And it's on the edge for sure. They're growing brain cells basically from rats and from humans to do this kind of processing.
Well, these are the end of times, apparently, then, Dean, because, that's now what we're all facing. Brains in petri dishes, now playing games, doing all kinds of stuff, and rat cells, and crazy. Yeah,
they are trying to do this in an ethical way. They're not going to grow full brains from this, but they do say that what helps them get an edge is that these neurons, more naturally form connections, and then they learn. And so computers that can learn and adapt to the task at hand, I think, is how you get better algorithms. So interesting.
No, very, very cool. I would also be remiss if I didn't back us up just a couple of steps here with the ad stuff that's being done using pixel streaming tech right now. In addition, go ahead, say again. In addition to the announcement of Alex St. John's company, the team over here at AWS and Twitch launched a brand new way to go ahead and play games or trial games from inside of Twitch. And one of the things that you can do now is you can go to this link that I'm going to go ahead and pop down here into the chat. And I've you muted here, Dean, so that way we can hear this audio. So this is Reanimal. And so you're able to actually go ahead and play the first 20 minutes of Reanimal directly from Twitch in basically an ad unit. And then if you decide you like it, you can go ahead to Steam and purchase it. And I'm actually playing it right now here in the browser. So, with the availability of pixel streaming now being so prevalent right across a wide variety of different platforms and hardware, it's no surprise that we're starting to see more competition, in this space heat up. So it is pretty cool. So go ahead and click the link in there and check it out. So yeah. So hang on, Dean, you're muted. So you may just want to unmute yourself. Let me unmute you there.
Oh. I was saying one interesting contrast to Alex St. John's technology was that it's peer-to-peer based, and they could stream the full game from that link rather than say like a 20-minute demo or something like that. So
yeah, it is the full game that you see. It's just that it's limited to a certain amount of time, so that way people just don't play it forever. But yeah, there's absolutely no reason why you can't just remove the timer and play the entire thing. So what's really cool is you're not creating a slimmed down version of this. It is the full game running on Windows, Proton, or Linux. On top of what's called GameLift Streams, which is the same technology that Amazon Luna, which if you're a Prime subscriber, you already get access to, just running, right? So again, not surprising to see more and more companies jump into this. Really, especially because discovery is such a huge issue, right, for the industry right now. So we can get more people to taste those games quickly and jump right in, see if they like it, and convert to purchase. That's great for developers. It's great for gamers.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that's all I got. Mark, how about you, buddy? What's on your brain?
I am keeping myself mute because the echo is driving me crazy. That's what's on my brain. I'm like, ah. But I've been playing with those little pixel streaming things, the 2 things that you sent out or talked about. We'll get the links in the chat just to see. I'm a big fan of using the.
Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you on this end. Mark, go ahead and try refreshing the link for our streams for you so you can jump back in. Everyone else can hear you out there, but I can't hear you. So, and Dean is still muted. Yeah, I do not know why we are. Amir Sadvet says here, I hope one day we can grow AAA games in a petri dish. Yes, that would be great if we could do that. Okay, everybody decided to log out now and jump back in. Who the hell knows what's going on? But that's it. All right, Mark.
Yes.
I can hear you now, buddy. Please continue, buddy.
Apparently it doesn't like it when I hit the mute button and then unmute it. Maybe there's some latency in there or something. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, fantastic tech. All right, let's keep going. What were you saying now before I interrupted your stream of consciousness there, buddy?
There was a big piece of news in this sort of breaking news this week with Skills won its lawsuit against Papaya over the alleged use. It was like a false advertising lawsuit about the alleged use of in human multiplayer networks, and so Skills is in the business of having players wager against each other and play one-on-one games against each other, and they winning. But they accused Papaya of creating a house bot, basically, that would play the human, pretend to be another human, and win most of the time and take the money. And so they won a judgment against, and this was after they won a $2 million judgment against Avia Gaming a while ago. And they've also sued. So Skills is a publicly traded company. They saw their stock price fall as all of this competition came on, and they wanted and tried to understand like what is happening, and they were finding that humans were complaining about losing all the time, or losing when they had mastered some of the skill-based games, and so the discovery in the case was very interesting in terms of what they found. So the jury awarded them $420 million, and the judge has the option to increase that as much as to $719 million. So in disgorgement of profits. So very interesting case.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it'll get more important too as we have so much more AI come along, right? And you have these human to human games, but maybe you're not going to know if there are bots on the other side. And when there's money at stake, that's a problem.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we face this in everything from mobile advertising to to these sorts of sites, right? So yeah, I will tell you the quality of the fake sites and scam sites it's starting to get so good that it's now a real problem, even for those that are really seasoned, right? In terms of understanding what they're looking at and kind of figuring out whether or not these things are fake or not. And then now, of course, again, AI generated bots and things like that can go ahead and drive, again, take advantage of, right, or exploit economic systems, right, are really, really they're accelerating all the time. So we need more tech, more right, more things in place to go ahead and make sure that players are protected and companies are protected. Right? It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But this is the speed at which we're moving now. So yes,
yeah. Had one more thing I wanted to talk about too. That was Amir Satvat came out with some more data about the game jobs across the world, and I think he accepts research from the game industry coffee club. I think that
the coffee.
They estimate there's about 750,000 jobs across the world in gaming, and Amir's data, based on hiring and firing that's happened over the last 4 years, shows that gaming actually grew during this time of tremendous turmoil, right? And that the global workforce for gaming was up 0.6% across those 4 years. That's not very much given how many, but it shows the effect, I think, of 4 years of layoffs and what they had as well. Where you would think that it would have grown much more as the revenues of the industry have just kept growing, right? They grew 7% last year, as an example. But he did note that North America itself lost 11.5% of its jobs, and so we have a redistribution of jobs around the world that's happening. And so in some ways there's encouraging information there and also discouraging information, but I think it's better information than we've ever had on sort of what's happening with the economy and the ecosystem of games, right? So I think you put that alongside all of the financial information, and now you know something a lot more about the gaming world, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been saying, that this has been largely, it appears, a Western problem, right? That we've experienced over this period of time. And a lot of it has to do with the way the economics kind of shaped out and the way the business is shaped out here. And again, not to belabor those points, right? Because we've discussed them ad infinitum, but the industry globally appears to be healthier on that side versus, contrary to what we thought. So, yeah. And, it's wonderful that Amir and the work that whole community consistently does. And then, again, the work that, the Coffee Chat crew and everything, which I've been jumping into as much as I can now weekly into those coffee chats on Discord are providing, right? The more data we can get out there, the better we understand where the breakpoints are and what we can do as an industry to kind of solve for and fix these things. So, yeah. Also, Mark has figured out that he plugged in his headphones, which prevented the audio feedback loop from his speakers.
But I was on mute a lot, so that wasn't the cause of the loop.
Oh, of course it was. Damn it. We know exactly what it was.
Fine. Yeah, I was like, that's really weird. How come it sounds like the speakers are making noise when I play that game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What I'm going to have to do is get a Boss Rush laptop or pod sent to everybody. That way everything's all configured, and then we just go. Yeah. Then off we go.
Open the pod.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Dean, I know we are right up there at the top of the hour for you. So it was so good to see you, my man. And looking forward to next week as well. So anything else before you have to sign off here?
He's mute.
Sorry, I would take myself and my Echo with me, I guess.
Which just reminds me that they just announced Echo the Dolphin release is coming soon too. So look at that. That's how you bring all of those things together.
Well, have fun in at LATAM, at Gamescom LATAM. That's in Brazil, right? I was going to say Brazil.
Yeah, buddy. Safe travels too.
I'm going to head up, but thank you.
All right, take care.
See
you, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
Boop. All right, there's Mark DeLora now trying to log back in. His video should log back in here. No, you see. Oh, you don't see me over here? Down here in the bottom? Yeah, but now it says that you're logging back in. So we'll go ahead and check Mark's stuff. Man, like I said, the internet is just conspiring to go ahead and take all this stuff down today. This is absolutely crazy. This is also why I need a producer here, I think, right? To juggle all of the chat and streams and everything else we have going on. Yeah, it can be difficult. I think it may be Mark's network connection because he just keeps on. There he is.
What is happening? What is happening? I did nothing.
I wonder if it's your network connection.
No.
You kept disappearing on me
Absolutely
and everything
not.
else. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I changed nothing. I swear the Ethernet cable is plugged in.
No, you're a liar. Damn liar. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
No echo, at least. That's good.
No echo. Yeah, exactly. All right. Now that Dean's gone.
I know. Now we can talk about everything to do with Dean. We can talk about Games Beat. Wait, we skipped. We buried the Xbox Game Pass price cut.
Oh, no. We haven't buried that. We just hadn't gotten to it yet. You keep on bouncing out. Your network connection keeps on dying here. Huh. All right. We're just going to let Mark continue to bounce in and out here. Not sure exactly why, but yeah, I'm going to actually go ahead and reload his page there too. See if we can't keep him live and running in here. But anyway, so while we're waiting for Mark to bounce back in, so Xbox announced a reduction in price for Game Pass as they continue to lean back into. There he is. Yeah, reduction in prices. They continue to lean back into optimizing value for game players across the Game Pass service, which is really good. And they also, I saw there was an article, Mark, about Asha, the new CEO, head of Xbox now, leaning back into the brand. They had a picture of the entire org there, or the local org there together. So it seems like they are really trying to course correct at this point, which is great.
It's great. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for them as well.
Plus, it's we need a good fight between Sony and Xbox. It's good for all of us.
Yeah,
have them like bidding against each other to get the best games on the platform, and having price wars and trying to make consoles better than the other one again.
Yeah,
it's gotten a little boring the last couple of years because the platform cycle's been so long.
Yeah, it kind of has, right? It kind of has. So, although I think maybe you and I were having the conversation. I know I've had it with a couple of friends as well. That the other one that seems to be.
What am I?
Well, I said I've had it with a couple of other friends as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Because you're my brother, right? So that's, more than friends, right? Okay. See, look at folks. That's how you go ahead and you basically turn that around. So, yeah, it's... what the hell was I even going to just tell you now that you completely threw off my damn train of thought? This is the best. This is almost like freaking Boss Rush After Dark, right? At GDC.
I got about the same amount of sleep.
Yeah. No. Is that, I mean, literally, it's what? Yeah, I was basically up at 4:00 in the morning because I'm still on West Coast time. Anyway, so what I was saying was the company that seems to have kind of kept that spirit of what the consoles are is Nintendo, right? I mean, that's it. They don't have live ops games. They don't have, right, a lot of microtransaction sorts of things. It's like, here's a console. Here's the stuff we make. Here's a store to buy stuff. Here's our third party, right? Everybody else go figure out what you want to do. We're just going to keep on making money.
Keep trucking. Yep. Yep.
Well, here's what I do love is, wait a minute. Rick Velez says, hey guys, that Microsoft redesigned the Xbox
I saw
logo.
that.
What?
It was amazingly like the old logo.
Okay, I've not seen this. Oh my goodness.
I know. I saw a bunch of posts this morning. I was like, look, here's the new logo. And I was like, is somebody like trying to spoof me here?
Let me see.
Logo as the old logo.
Let's see. Top stories. As its We Can Change campaign continues, Xbox unveils new logo, an intentional blast from the past. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at it. Yeah, there it is. New logo left next to the 2001 original, right? But
I don't understand.
Yeah, but isn't that just that?
Losing you again.
No. You're not losing me.
happening?
You're not losing me. You're good. You're good. I think it's on Mark's side. Yeah, but it's this logo here, right? Yeah, I think so.
It is a bad day for networks, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, over here, this thing says, hey, you have 2 gigabit down, and it's working great. And apparently
I don't know why. I don't know why
10
you,
or 12
I don't know why you keep
I don't know, man.
dropping. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah.
So
Don't
this
worry,
logo...
we'll just keep it going. We'll just keep it going.
Yeah, we'll just keep talking.
Exactly.
This logo's the same logo, right? I'm not hallucinating.
No, it's the same. It's the same logo that's right here on their controller. So now it's just green. So they're taking it off the controller and putting it into use. But hey, it's a good refresh, and it's one that anybody that has, multiple Xbox controllers knows about, right? It's just right there. So thanks, Rick, for bringing that up to me. I didn't know that had happened. But also, speaking of console stuff, while we wait for Mark to pop back in, it's Mark, by the way. So let me see here. The other one was Bing Gordon joins the board of motion console maker Next. So Next is a platform. I don't know how many of you have played with it. Dean talks about it, or I talked about it a lot. It's that little brick of a little box of a console. It's a little box of a console that is all motion controlled games, and they're all basically family oriented and these sorts of things. And so Bing Gordon has just joined the board of console maker Next. Did you see that, Mark? Oh, I don't know if you can hear me either. I think it's on Mark's side. So, we're just going to let him keep bouncing in and out. Mark, can you hear anything? No, it's on Mark's side. He said he is, okay, I'm officially in experiment mode right now. Okay, to keep it going, we're just going to let Mark, are you there?
All right, let's see if that works. I changed browsers. Out with the Chrome, in with the Firefox.
All right, let's see what happens. Amir says, this reminds me of the Cleveland Browns logo rebrand, right? I guess. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. You were on Chrome?
I was.
Yeah, but you're also the guy who loves to install all of the beta plugins.
I know. I always use Chrome.
So what we need to do is you need to go ahead and create a separate login for your Windows machine that is just the bog standard nonsense that you don't touch anymore.
That is impossible.
And then go over to the other side and then go ahead and plug in all the other nonsense. This is, by the way, this is the aside here from, this is the aside here. Now I was going to kick him straight out from Boss Rush is, let's see, Mark and I, for knowing him all of these years, anytime we were doing development work or testing together, he's like, I don't know why this doesn't work. I just have, the earliest possible alpha release or experimental Windows thing running. It should just work, right? I'm like, damn.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me that I shouldn't have my microphone run through here.
What is that?
It's a project I've been working on for a while with NASA. This is the board we've been using for the Tech Rise.
So here's, I'm sorry. Kevin Lowe just says no Cracker Barrel Gate logo rebrand. So the fact that Mark casually holds up a breadboard and says, this is a project I'm working on for NASA.
That's a feature.
That is what you get here, right? On Boss Rush. It's just nonsense.
All wires. But look, Firefox is still up. It hasn't crashed yet.
Yeah,
I'm playing Chrome.
Look at that. That's exactly right.
Anyway, do we have news? Let's see. Now that we're working.
Yeah, what
again,
other
ish.
news do we have here? Yes, we do,
I don't know.
actually.
Oh, you know what? The thing. Oh, wait, there's two things. Okay, you go first.
No,
I got
go
two
ahead.
things. My first thing was Kiki Wolfkill.
Yeah.
leaving Xbox.
Yep.
How sad. She's retiring, I think. But, after what, 27 years, 28 years? I forget
Yeah.
what she said. I think she deserves it. But so she was running the Halo television show
Right.
in Hungary, if I remember correctly.
I
The two
know,
seasons
crazy.
Of it. And yeah, she's amazing. She's been with Xbox for so long. I was just like, oh, kind of sad. It means probably we're not going to hear much from her unless she changes to something else. Maybe she will.
Yeah, hopefully we'll keep, she'll still stay connected to this. I don't think anybody in the industry ever really retires,
That's
right?
true. No, that's true. That's true.
But yeah,
but happy for her. Yeah, congratulations, Kiki.
Yes, extremely happy for Kiki. Well, I will say number one is that, yes, her name is Kiki Wolfkill, which is so badass, it's ridiculous. And I remember when I first met her, she and I were judges for like this Scholastic video game competition in New York. And we were sitting together and playing these crazy games that these students had made. And I remember the game that she and I were talking about was a game that was made by a girl whose family escaped from North Korea.
Oh, wow.
And you were playing
Amazing.
that story, which included things like, helping people along the way. And it was people losing families. There was a touch of cannibalism in it. Like, it was just insane. And I just remember both she and I sitting there just kind of discussing, like tearing up at, just what an unbelievably painful story and an amazing game that she had created. And then just over the years, getting to know her has just been really, really awesome. I don't know if you know, why you probably know this. She was a race car driver at one point too. I mean, she's just completely badass and just an awesome human being. So we wish her nothing but love and awesome success for whatever she does next. And just huge fans of Kiki. So
Kiki. Yep.
Yeah, that's a really, really good one. Well deserved, Kiki. Well deserved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got another piece of news? I got one other one. So
I sure do. I've got two pieces. Let's go to this one here since we have Amir Satvat on the chat here. Super Mario Galaxy movie surpasses $755 million globally.
How many times have you seen it?
Highest grossing film, right, of 2026. Just what I love about it. Look, it is made for who it is made for, right? And the fact that there's the fact that so many people love it, so many people, just go there for all of the fan service and everything else that it provides. Great, fantastic for them. Right.
Yeah.
And I do love that we've got, again, both Sega and Nintendo with very well made, top, viewed franchises now, in the theaters. I think Sonic the Hedgehog 4, is in production or something. Like it's awesome. With Jim Carrey coming back, reprising the role of Dr. Eggman.
Those were always so good.
They were.
I'm always surprised. They're great.
And thank goodness they got rid of the Sonic teeth, right? That they had in the that they had in the original one.
Learned.
And then so congratulations to Nintendo and to
You see the pictures of Miyamoto and the voice actress from the movie at the premiere in Kyoto? I'm trying to find it.
No.
But if you search, you'll find it. They were like, I think they were at one of the Universal Mario sites or something. They were like sitting on pipes and things like that. Jack Black and
I love that.
You can find it on the internet.
Well, what I love what I love about that is, you finally have him there because remember when the first movie happened, the press tour was going on, there was a meme of like sad Miyamoto in the background while they're like interviewing Jack Black, who's awesome, but they're like everybody interviewing Jack Black doesn't know who that man standing behind him is, which drove me nuts. So
Yeah.
glad to see that he's directly up front there, right? And then let's see. Yeah, Jason Shackler says, like a sucker, I was watching it on YouTube. No, that's where it holds up best, right? The live stream here. So no, you
I
did.
I had the LinkedIn stream going. I also killed that off in case that was part of
There
the
you
problem that was
go.
happening
See,
there,
look,
so. All the things.
That's all the things, right? Exactly, exactly. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to rework this entire workflow so I can start automating some of these things instead of having to do some stuff manually, and that way I can package it all up and give it to Mark, so that way he isn't using Bouse Rush AI logo and starting to use the Boss Rush official one.
That was great, though.
Boss Rush.
Boss Rush.
There was another article that was right underneath the Super Mario movie one, which is Atari acquires emulation studio Implicit Conversions. Firms have been working with Atari over the past year on Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Rayman, and other unannounced titles. So Atari just continues to invest in bringing our past into the present, right? And the first one, of course, with Digital Eclipse being like, the absolute pinnacle of emulation and lovingly, rebuilding, again, those games from our past and bringing those collections forward, right? But now we've got, they have another studio in there. And I love this piece in here. Alongside the Bake Sale engine, that's the name of Digital Eclipse's internal engine. Bake Sale, right? And the Kex engine Night Dive. We now have an enviable source of proprietary tools and more engineering talent that will enable us to continue to expand our capabilities across our own catalog, as well as the back catalog of our IP partners. So I love it.
Nice.
I love it. They just continue to lean in and build. I keep saying it. Gen Xers, Gen Ys, when they get a whole lot more time and start wanting to play, they are going to be in the perfect position to go ahead and continue to bring these properties forward. So I have two other ones, but I want to hear you first. So what
I have
other
a
news
long
do you have?
winding one.
All right, let's go.
So my long winding thing is about the Anthropic mythos. Did you hear about this? The AI they're working on, the latest round of LLMs from Anthropic is called Mythos, and they were like, "Oh, it's so powerful, we're not gonna launch it." And then they said, "Well, actually, what it is we found that it's really good at identifying security vulnerabilities.
Yes.
So we've reached out to a whole bunch of folks for whom that might be important to give them early access."
Right.
And then like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, there was news that like, oh, some hackers have gotten access to Mythos. And I'm like, okay, this is all starting to sound like marketing a little bit more than anything else. But then yesterday, Firefox, which I'm currently using,
Yes.
said, hey, we've been running Mythos on Firefox 150. We found 271 vulnerabilities using Mythos that we hadn't found before. And we're fixing those. I was like, oh, so you weren't like, it wasn't just marketing. Like, good job. Like, that sounds like an amazing tool that everybody should have.
Yes.
I was like, dang.
So long as day zero hackers don't also have access to those tools.
Well, it's a race. The beginning of the
it's a race.
It's the AI. It is. Yep. And this is exactly. I think that's whenever anybody says like, "Oh my God, AI is going to take over the world. It's going to kill us all." I'm like, yeah, but then we have the other AI that's going to fight the bad AI. It'll be like Rock'em Sock'em Robots AI. And that's what we're seeing here. It's like, yep, you're right. You could use that to hack into all sorts of stuff. Also, you can use that to fix a bunch of stuff. That's probably how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So here's the question then.
Yes.
Is Mythos finding AI, these vulnerabilities in code that's been vibe coded and then pushed into production? Like, what is that going to look like, right?
That's what this is. Oh, yeah, I think you're onto something. Mythos is creating its own bugs and then telling you that it's fixing them to make it look better.
Yep.
I like that.
So we'll see what happens. It's all
It'll be
wacky.
like, these bugs were made by an inferior LLM. You must be using ChatGPT. Maybe you should switch to Anthropic Mythos, and I'd fix all those for you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Here, Ken White here in the chat says unauthorized group has gained access to Anthropic's exclusive Cybertool Mythos report claims.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird,
it's
right? What a crazy bunch of stories.
it is, right? Like this is really like the early web days when stuff was just, getting thrown out there like crazy and systems were kind of collapsing in on each other and stuff like that. Like it is just,
Wild West.
it's crazy. Cybic here on YouTube says, you mean the model that people manage to use by guessing URLs to access it?
Is that right? Was that the hacking? Oh my God. I didn't hear that. That's amazing. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. Well, but I had a robot in the root directory. It should
I know, and it was MYTH0S. I don't know how anybody guessed that.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. Admin 12345.
That's right. I added 5.
Oh, we lost Mark again. He'll
What? I'm
bounce
still
back
here?
in.
Oh, come on.
We lost your audio for a second there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Shoo.
Yep, but you're good. You're back in. All right. Let's
what else
go.
is up?
All right, let's go ahead and talk about this awesome piece of news. No emulation, no compromise, no comparison. Everything you need to know about the $250 Neo Geo Plus AES. Have you been following this at all?
I have not, but I have been going and looking at other Neo Geo emulators. So I am the target audience at the moment.
Okay, so here's what's happening here. This is a re-release of the original console. But they're not using FPGA. They're not using software emulation. They've gone back to remanufacture the chips and basically combine ASIC of the original machine. Right? Which means it also plays all of the original cartridges as well.
Which were like $600 or something.
Well, they were about
right?
maybe in today's prices. So when the Neo Geo originally launched, I think it was $699. Here in the United States, they had the Bulldog was their logo. And I remember I worked at CompUSA at the time, and I just remember this drooling, snarling, Bulldog logo there. And nobody could afford to buy one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is like the very early 90s. And so I just remember us putting up a kiosk with it, and then we would all just jump out during breaks. Well, not even breaks, just ignore customers and let them go figure out where they, find freaking shrink wrap Norton Utilities, and just go and play, right, this stuff on the floor. The cartridges were about, like I said, $299, $399 back in the day because they were just folded arcade PCBs, basically, right? But what was really cool is they had a memory card, right? That you could plug into the arcade machine, play your game, save the state there to the memory card, take it home, plug it into the home machine. This has the memory card as well.
Wow.
So it will work back and forth between them there. So let's see here. Launching on November 12th, 2026, a Neo Geo Plus AES, 180 euros or 250 euros, depending on which version that you get. Is by Play on Reply. Is it Reply or Reply? Which is famous for its series of retro replica systems, including the Atari 2600 Plus and the Atari 7800 Plus. Let's see. So it is not emulation, which is awesome. So check this out, man. It looks just like it. I cannot wait to get my hands on this thing, right? New features, of course, low latency, 1080p HDMI output, on-screen BIOS selection, dip switches located on the bottom of the console to allow for territory language selection, right? And they are releasing all of these games, right, or re-releasing them, and they're only going to be basically, $80, probably $100 here in the US. But here's the crazy thing. You can buy, and they've got them in, they have it in a black console and a white console. They have the clicky stick gamepad as well. All right, but here's the deal. Look how beautiful those are. Here it is, man. You can get all 10 games, the console, a wireless stick, a wired stick, the wireless gamepad, and the memory card. And it is, I think it's $1,000 for everything.
Whew.
All in.
Holy moly.
Right? I'm like, okay, do I get a new iPhone because my battery only charges to 76%, or do I go ahead and get this? You know, I gotta figure
I
out
think
how
my
to
brain
get
is
this.
just split in half. Like half of me is like, that's amazing. The other half of me is like, that's insanity.
It's not insanity. No, but here's the thing, right? It's not insanity because
It's amazing sanity.
no, but this is the stuff that we're talking about, right? There is, so the response from the company has just been like, we are blown away by the response to this thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they basically are just selling out, right, of the pre-orders and
it's
everything
amazing.
now,
Yep.
which shows that there is this market, right, for this type of very focused engagement. It's not like you're getting a multi-cart with 1,000 things on it. Here's your big ass, right, 1 pound cartridge that you got to slam into this machine.
Holy crap.
And then you sit there, right, and you sit back and you continue to play and engage here. But we're going to give you all of the pieces, all the accessories around this. Man, I cannot
I love those
wait.
full-size accessories.
Look at that.
I hear that.
Dude.
All right, I'm going to come over to your place to play this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I may have to if I get this, I may just be coming to visit you with all of it because my wife's going to kick me out of the house. Because, right, I keep saying, I got to get rid of all this stuff here, right?
You're out of here, Chris. That's
Exactly.
it.
She's like, I thought you
Store
were
that
getting
stuff
rid
somewhere
of
else.
stuff, not bringing more shit into the house, right? Exactly. And then there is another story that I wanted to highlight here that I didn't fully read about it yet, but I wanted to highlight it just because of the community that's being built around this. We listen, we agree, no FPGA lockdown. Commodore backpedals on the unofficial C64 Ultimate firmware. So I guess they were going to be locking down the firmware for the, this re-release, which everybody that I know that grew up in that era that has gotten this is like, this is the machine.
Yeah.
Like, it's just incredible. Yeah. Alan over, right, at Continues Arcade, Mike, they're just like, this is it. Like, this is the one you need. And what I love is the new ownership at Commodore is really listening to the community and make sure that they lean into it. Last week, we said we were considering restricting non-Commodore FPGA firmware on the Commodore 64 Ultimate to avoid Commodore covering free support or replacements for machines damaged by unsupported mods. Basically, our version of a bricked, jailbroken iPhone. We listened, we agree. No FPGA lockdown. Instead, clear disclaimer, free experimentation, just no free support or replacement for bricked modded units. Commodore is the community, and the community is Commodore. Happy flashing. I'm like, yes, that's how
great.
you do it.
That's the spirit.
Exactly right. Exactly
I
right.
love that.
So yeah, I thought this one was really good. Have you played with one of these yet? Have you seen these?
I haven't.
Yeah, dude, it's got, they have different versions that have LEDs that you can sync to key presses and stuff. But what's really cool, what's happening with the whole Commodore kind of, relaunch, rebranding, everything is the number of BBSs that are being stood up now.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And that you can basically go ahead and connect to using Commodore 64
That's
Ultimate
amazing.
and be able to go ahead and experience the joy of BBS engagement, which I freaking love. So
good.
both of these make my heart sing. They make my heart very happy, right, to see these. So
I'm gonna have to bolt right at 10:30. I'm sorry, I just
Yeah.
realized I have a hard out.
that's no problem. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Real quick then, why don't you tell us what you are playing?
I am playing Attempt to revitalize my Japanese learning game strategy. So I am back into using lots and lots of Japanese learning apps and games. If you have any language tips and tricks you want to send my way, let me know.
Awesome. And if you have any games that you're playing that you want to share with us, make sure you go ahead and pop them into the chat. Like, let us know what you're playing so we can go ahead and take a look at those. I just got back from NAB again in this current role, so I have not had a chance to really play anything except some handheld gaming while I was on the go. But I played a lot of games on Luna, which I think you've tried.
Right.
And if you're already an Amazon Prime subscriber, you get access to those games for free. So you may as well go ahead and check them out. You're already paying for them anyway. And so we had a lot of fun playing Goat Simulator 3 at NAB with everybody just completely cracking up, and it was really awesome. But that's about it. Okay, everybody. Thank you all so much for sticking with us and making our way through this little tech broken but still workable boss rush. I mean, it wouldn't be boss rush without that. And we'll go ahead and see you next week. Have an awesome rest of your day. A great weekend. Thanks, Mark.
Everybody.
All right. See you.
Chris.
Bye,
We'll
gang.
see you
Bye. Woo.
Bye.